on several of the outside the wall activities that you and I can get involved in. And here, I'm a guy who we're already running behind on. So I think I'm involved in a pen pal program that provides individuals what we call a gateway opportunity to minister to those behind bars, kind of without having to walk that Sister Helen walks with death row inmates in Louisiana. It's an opportunity to create a relationship through the mail with an inmate somewhere in the country. I think as children, we all heard about pen pal programs. Back in the 60s and 70s, I think it was a bit more common. That process still takes place today and is most effective in prison ministry. Our program is a secure program. In other words, individuals who sign up to become pen pals commit, first of all, to writing a letter once a month for no less than 12 months. Once having made that commitment and signing off on it, our pen pal offices will send you the name and address of an inmate somewhere in the country who hopefully shares some of your same interests. You write directly to that inmate. Our program has recommended initial letters, but you will find quickly that the process takes on a life of its own. You only use your first name and you use our pen pal return post office box. We in turn receive that letter from the inmate and forward it on to you. And the cycle repeats itself. If the inmate is paroled or released within that 1 year period of time, we'll give you an opportunity to sign up with someone else. If they remain incarcerated after the first 12 months, you'll also be given the opportunity, if you so desire, to continue with that inmate, take another inmate, or move to a different program within prison ministries. Pen pals do make differences in lives. For most inmates, it's the only correspondence they get, ever. Any questions? The page, I think one of the very last pages in your booklet is on the pen pal program, repeating what I just said and giving you contact information if you'd like to get involved. Yes?
Sorry, as a pen pal person, sometimes you would maybe put in personal information that you probably shouldn't share with that person. Does someone at the prison then read the letter first before they give it to the prisoner, or they don't?
First of all, part of what you receive as a pen pal, if you make the commitment, is a full list of do's and don'ts.
Okay.
We don't share our home address, our last name, family history. We don't recommend doing that. In some cases, letters are read by institutions before they go on to an inmate, and if deemed inappropriate, will be returned, so noted. And every once in a while, that occurs. Each institution seems to have its own regulations as far as that's concerned. Some don't even allow us to use colored paper to write our letters and their return. It's a process that we work through with you as you develop those first couple of letters and get them off to an inmate who so anxiously waiting for your correspondence. But those things do work themselves out within the first couple of months, and you're off, in most cases, to a very good relationship. Yes?
Do the prisoners volunteer for this?
Oh, yes. The prisoners also sign a document for us and mail it to us, indicating that they will not ask for money, will not ask us to do them any favors on the outside or contact their family in any way. So they've made commitments as well. Anyone who has requested a pen pal has signed that document and is waiting to hear from someone else.
Sylvia?
I'm Sylvia Cook. I'm from St. Thomas Becket Church in Egan, and I was asked to come talk about two ministries. The first one is the birthday card ministry, and the second one is Angel Tree Christmas program. So those are two ministries that St. Thomas Becket has recently been involved in. And how did we start? It started back in 2017. The group was meeting from the church prior to 2017, but really got started in prison fellowship in 2017. And then decided that they wanted to become part of this birthday card prison ministry. And I'm going to bring this up to the table right now, just so you can kind of look at this as I'm talking. And again, this is going to be available, but I'll speak a little bit on this so that you can see a couple things on this. So the birthday card ministry came out of people saying, we wanted to do something for prison ministry, but we don't want to go to the prisons, or we don't know where to start. And they started at this point, and it's been a beautiful thing. I can talk a little bit about it. We actually got started in 2018. They connected with a group from Affirming You organization that had just been formed, and St. Thomas Becket contacted this Affirming You group. And they have a lot of rules and regulations. And what we do is send a birthday card to a prisoner on their birthday. But it's not just any birthday card. There are specific birthday cards that come from this organization that we have to purchase. And they have a scripture passage or a God's word on it. So, and then to talk about, we get the names from this Affirming You organization. It's all anonymous. Again, we cannot say that we are from St. Thomas Becket in Egan. And to follow up a little bit on what he said, we have to fill it out in special ink. We can only use the ink that comes from this organization and when we fill out our cards. And you're going to ask why, and that's because people sneak things in on ink and on letters, and there's nothing else that we can include in the birthday card. We have to use the ink and the paper from this. And again, we put it into envelopes, and we don't seal our envelopes because they read all of our letters to make sure that we haven't put anything into this birthday card that could identify who we are, or that we don't put in the card, we're from St. Thomas Becket Church in Egan. We can say we're from a Catholic community. We can say generic things, but we can't say, and then we could sign our first name only. So St. Thomas Becket got involved in that this year. They have, to date, had over 600 cards that we've sent out. The cost to our parish has been 60 cents per card that we have to pay, and then postage on top of that. How is, you want me to wait for the questions?
Yes.
Okay, wait on that. The next thing that I'm going to talk about then is the Angel Tree Christmas project. And that is connecting parents in prison to their child through a Christmas gift. The gift is given on behalf of the parent. So this is our set. We've done 2 years. We've been involved in this one for 2 years. I've actually been the person who has connected the parishioner with the family, so I've been involved in this since the beginning. We, the first year, decided to do 5 families and start small, and then moved up to about 14 last year. And now I have actually turned it over. There's someone here who's taken this over this year. It's been a great program too. So these are prisoners who have said that they have wanted to be part of this and signed up. They also have from the prison end been someone who does not have a protective order, that they're not supposed to contact their children. So that has also, through this ministry, supposed to have been taken care of. And then we need to contact the family member, aunt, uncle, whoever's taking care of the child, and see if they want to be involved in the program. So as a coordinator, that's the first thing that I had to do, was call and say, your incarcerated person has said that they have wanted to be part of this program and gift your child with a gift at Christmas time. Do you want to be involved in it? In the 2 years that I've been doing it, I've had one family say, no, I don't want to be involved in it. And that's it. Every other family has graciously said, yes, we'll be involved in it. So there's a spiritual part of this too. We are, as a person who buys the gift for the child, the family member that's incarcerated sends a message, and that message is to go with the gift to the child. We are not buying the gift from us. We make it clear, this is from your dad, this is from your mother in prison. It's been well received, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. And then the person who buys the gift actually goes to the home of the family. We have, for the first 2 years, included with our gift a Bible that's been given on behalf of the prison fellowship. And then we meet with the families and hopefully with the children. And some of our kids have been infants, so we've met with the grandma, the grandpa, or the mother of the child, or the father of the child. And sometimes the child has not been there. But that's how that one works. And then it's a follow-up back to Angel Tree about, did you meet with the families? How did it go? Did everybody get a gift? Was everybody, and they have, it's a well put together program. This will be our 3rd year being involved in it. Thanks.
Okay, hi, I'm Faye Connors. Good morning. I want to add my thanks to the Church of Maximilian Kolbe for inviting us here today, and also to my fellow Cursistas who are always right in the midst of things. Just a clarification, the Bibles are sent from the Order of Malta. I want to plug who supports us. So they also give us money, Twin Cities Prison Ministry. We get money from Order of Malta, we get money from the Knights of Columbus from our church, and that helps to support these workshops. So thank you again. First, most of all, thank you all for saying yes to being here today. So I hope that we make a difference in how you're thinking and internalizing what you're hearing today, and pray to the Holy Spirit what you need to do. Prison ministry isn't for everybody, but even if you just say prayers for us, that's a really big deal. I'm here to talk to you about FISH. FISH is something that we started last year. It's called, FISH stands for Families of the Incarcerated Support and Hope Group. And this is we have a once-a-month meeting on the 2nd Thursday of the month at St. Joseph's in Rosemont, which is where we're from. This is for people who have been affected by incarceration. When someone goes to prison, they don't go alone. It affects all the people that love them. Their moms, their dads, their brothers, their sisters, their children. And even though there may not be a relationship anymore, that trauma still exists. So it is a safe, secure place. We start with a dinner. You're all invited. We start at 6 o'clock with dinner, and then we have some sharing. We share our successes, we share our struggles, and we break up into women and men groups for about 20, 25 minutes, because women and men talk and think differently, and so we need to have a safe place that we can also share our most personal feelings. Then we come back together, and we also have not had any children come, but hopefully we will at some point in time. I brought these cards. These are invitations. If you know of anyone who might be interested in coming to the program that has family that have been incarcerated, you can pick one up at the table outside, or if you feel a call to help with the program, we would love to have you. So my contact information is on there, so you can contact me. This book is written by Carol Kent. She's written 2 books. The first one is called Now I Lay My Isaac Down. She talks about her son who's incarcerated and how it affected their family. In a moment's time, it really changes your life. And then she wrote this book, A New Kind of Normal. And these are some of the books that we read passages from at our meetings. We started last September and went through the year. We're going to do it again this year.